Hi guys, welcome to the another session on Automation Anywhere. So in the today's session we are going to learn about FTP SFTP command of Automation Anywhere. So let's get started, and yes, if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and also click on the bell icon to get the updates on the latest videos. So let's get started, and before moving into the command of Automation Anywhere, let's first try to understand what is this FTP. So FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol, and that means that it is a network protocol which is used to transfer files from one host to another over the internet. So let me write it down as well. Network protocol to transfer files from one host to another over the internet. Okay. And when I say files, so what does it mean? So it can be any type of file. It could be a doc file, it could be audio file, it could be video file, zip file, etc. So it can be any type of file. And let's try to understand how this FTP protocol works. So it works on client server protocol. So let me show you what I mean, how FTP works. So let me show you how it works. So let's say that there is a client machine and there is a server machine, and we want to transfer file from client machine to server machine and from server machine to client machine. So what we want to do, we want to transfer files from client to server and from server to client. So how FTP works in this case? So let's assume that this client is our local machine. So let's assume that we are taking this client machine as our local machine, and the server we are taking as FTP server. So we need to get a server. We need to get a FTP server. So I have one FTP server with me, which we will use today for the Automation Anywhere commands. So let's navigate over there. So this FTP test is a public FTP test site which has provided its FTP server along with the username and password. So we will use these three details in our task today, which we will be creating using Automation Anywhere. And I will also provide the URL in the description, so you can have a look over here. And now we have our client machine, that is we will be using this local machine as a client machine, and we have our FTP server. So if I click over here, so this is the FTP server. So we have this local machine as the client, and the server we are using this as FTP server. So we are using this FTP server, and our task is to transfer files from client machine to this server and vice versa. So let's see how we can do this using Automation Anywhere. So for that I will move to Automation Anywhere and I will create a new task. So for that, let's click on new workbench, and we have the task editor window opened, and this is the FTP SFTP command available with us. So first command which we will be using inside this is the connect command. So first we need to connect to the FTP server. So let's click on connect. So the connect command is selected and we need to provide all these details. So first connection detail we need to provide is the FTP server. So our FTP server is this one. So this will be our FTP server. Let's copy this and let's paste it over here. We need to provide username. So this website has provided all the details. So let's copy it, and we need to provide the password as well. So let's provide the password over here. So I have provided the password, and the port number, the default port number to work on the FTP is 21. So it has selected the default port number is as 21, so that's okay. So the next options with us is anonymous login. So what is this anonymous login? So it is used to log into the FTP server when the user don't have the credentials. And if I use this option, then the FTP server will allow the user as a guest login, and the user can do minimum of the operations in the FTP server. And the next option with us is the secure FTP, which is the secure version of the FTP. So how it is making the FTP as secure? So during uploading a file to the FTP server or during downloading a file from the FTP server, it encrypts the data, and hence it's making the FTP as secure. And moreover, it also allows us for key file authentication. So if I check this box, this key file authentication gets enabled. So what is this key file authentication? So in this case, we need to provide a private key file. So if I check this box, you can see this is enabled. So here we need to provide a key file which is used to log into the FTP server using the private key. And once we select this one, once we have selected this one, you can see that password has become optional. So if I check this box, the password is optional in this case. So as of now, we will go with the default settings. We will not use this secure FTP as of now. So we have provided all the details. We have provided FTP server name, username, password, and the port number is also selected. So now let's test the connection. So let's click on test connection, and it says FTP colon slash is not supported in the server name. So let's press OK, and let's remove this one. Let's remove this one, and let's take only this as the server name. Now let's click on test connection. So now my test connection succeeded. So let's click on OK, and let's save the connect command. So the connect command is ready with us. Now once we connect the FTP server, we need to disconnect the FTP server at the end as well. So let's add this disconnect command over here. So we have added the disconnect command. Now let's start to use other commands as well. So now we will use the put files command. So if I open this one, so this is the put files command, and it is asking for the local file which we want to put on the FTP server. So let's navigate over here. So this is, suppose this is my local file on my local machine which I want to put inside this FTP server. So let's see how we can do that. So I will copy this from here and I will paste it over here, and my file name is AA demo. So we have provided the local file path, and the next option with us is the transfer type. So we can transfer the file as binary or ASCII. So let's try to understand what does it mean. So I'm going to write transfer files. Let me change the format. So we have ASCII and we have binary. So what is the difference between these two types? So the ASCII mode transfers the file as text. So let me write it down. It transfers the file as text. For example, it is good to transfer text file, it is good to transfer HTML file and PHP file, etc. Okay, so the ASCII mode transfers the files as text, so which is good for TXT files, HTML files, PHP files, etc. And this binary mode, it transfers the files as raw data. So it transfers the file as byte by byte. That's why it is good for audio files, video files, doc files, etc. So this is the difference between the ASCII and the binary. ASCII transfers the files as text and the binary transfers the files as raw data. So that's why if you are using audio, video, doc file, such type of files, then you can go with the binary one, or if you have text, HTML, PHP files, then you can go with the ASCII one. So let's select this binary as of now. Let's save the task. So we have provided this put command over here. So what all we have provided, we will connect to the FTP server, then we will put the file from our local machine to the FTP server, and then we will disconnect from the FTP server. So let's save our task, FTP demo. Let's save our task, and now we will run the task and we will see the result. So this AA demo document should be available inside this FTP server. So let's run the task. So my task is started and it is over. So let's move to the FTP server. Let's refresh this one. Let's refresh this FTP server, and you can see this AA demo document is available over here. So if I click over here, so if I open this one, so this says welcome to Automation Anywhere tutorial. So what happened? This AA demo document, so this AA demo document from our local machine got uploaded to this FTP server. And it got uploaded into the parent node. So this is the parent node. You can see there is no folder placed over here. So what if I want to upload this AA demo document over a folder over here? So for that we need to create a folder as well. So let's move to Automation Anywhere. Let's select this create folder command, which will create a folder inside the FTP server. So I want to create the folder name as FTP demo. Let's save this command. Let's move it to up. So what we are doing, we will connect to the FTP server, we will create this folder, and we will put this file inside this folder, and after that we will disconnect. But there is one thing which is missing over here. We have not provided any information in this task that we want to upload this AA demo document inside this FTP demo folder. So we need to provide this information as well, because if we don't provide such information, Automation Anywhere is going to upload this AA demo document in the parent node. So let me show you what I mean. So you have seen this AA demo document which was uploaded inside the parent node if no more information is provided. So I want to put this AA demo document inside the folder. So we need to give a command over here. So let's see what more command we need to provide. So once this folder is created, we need to use this change folder command. Otherwise, if we don't use this change folder command, all the files which we are trying to put on the FTP server will be placed in the parent node. So we need to provide a folder over here. So we need to provide the specific folder. So what will be the folder name? So my created folder will be the FTP demo. Let's select this specific folder. I want to place it inside the specific folder. I don't want to go to the parent folder. So let's select this specific folder and let's give the name as FTP demo. Okay, so let's save the task. So the folder will be created, the folder will be changed to this FTP demo, and then the file will be placed over there. So let's save the task and let's quickly run the task to see the results. So my task is started to run and it is over. So I will quickly move to this FTP server and let's see the results. So this is the FTP demo folder which got created. So if I open this one, Under this FTP demo folder, this AA demo document is placed. So we are able to successfully place our document inside a folder inside this FTP server. So as of now, we have placed only a single document. Let's try to place a folder also inside the FTP server. So let's try to put this document folder over the FTP server using automation anywhere command. So let's disable all these commands. As of now, we have seen all these commands. So let's quickly add a new command. So the command which I will be using is the put folder. I want to put the folder. So let's give the folder path. So I want to use this document folder. So let's copy this one, let's paste it over here. So inside this document folder, we have two PDF files and one PPT file. So I want to put only these two PDF files on the FTP server. I don't want to put this PPT file on the server. So let's see how can we filter out this thing. So we have the option of file type. So we can put the file type over here. So suppose I put star.pdf. So what the automation anywhere will do, automation anywhere will put all the PDF files which are placed inside this document folder. So we have two PDF files over here. So the automation anywhere will put these two PDF files inside the FTP server. Okay, so this PPT file won't be placed over there. So let's move to automation anywhere. Let's save this task. Let's save this task and let's run the task again. So my task is running and it is over. Let's first move to parent directory. And you can see over here in the parent directory, this document folder is placed. So if I open this document folder, we have these two PDF files, that is these two PDF files are placed from this local machine to this FTP server. And you can notice over here we don't have this PPT file over here. Why? Because we have provided the filter that we want only PDF files to be placed on the FTP server. Okay, so now that we have seen how we can put our documents on the FTP server, let's see how we can get the documents from the FTP server as well. So let's disable this command as well. Now what I will do, let's move to the parent directory and we have this a demo document placed over here. What I want to do, I want to get this a demo document from this FTP server to my local machine. So in this FTP folder, I have this a demo document. Let's delete this one and I want automation anywhere to get this a demo document from this FTP server to my local machine over here. So let's see how we can do that. So for that we have get files command. Let's open this one and let's give the remote file. So what remote file I want to get? I want to have this a demo doc file. So let's give this a demo dot. So we have provided the file and we need to give the local file folder also where we want to have this file. So I want to have this file over here. Let's give the file and let's save the task. Let's save the task and let's quickly run the task. So my task is running and it is over. Now I will move to my local machine and you can see over here we got this a demo document from FTP server to our local machine. So in this way we used this command. So just as we got this a demo file from the FTP server to our local machine, we will get a folder as well. We want to have this FTP demo folder in my local machine over here. Let's see how we can do that. We have this get folder command. So let's open this get folder command and we need to give the remote folder over here. So what is our remote folder? We have remote folder as FTP demo. Let's give the name as FTP demo And again we have the option of file type, so we can place the file type over here. So if I move over here and if I open this FTP demo, so you can see over here only the doc file is placed, and if I put over here star dot PDF, what will happen? This folder will be transferred from the FTP server to my local machine, but there will be no document inside the FTP server. Why? Because we have provided the file type option as PDF, and in this FTP demo folder we have only the doc file. So let's move with this PDF option, and we need to give the local folder path. So let's select this folder, let's give it over here, let's save this command, let's disable this command over here, and let's save the task, and we will quickly run the task. So my task is running and it is over. So I will quickly check my local machine whether we get this FTP demo folder or not. So this is the FTP demo folder which got transferred from this FTP server to my client machine. So if I open this one, there is nothing placed over here. Why? Because since it has only the doc file and I have provided the option to take the PDF file, that's why nothing came over here. Only this folder got transferred from the FTP server to the client machine. So now we have seen this put and get command. Let's see some other commands as well. Let's disable this one. What if I want to rename any file on the FTP server? So let's see how we can rename files. So let's select this rename files, and I need to give the remote file path over here. So let's give the remote file name over here. So suppose I want to change the name of this A demo document. So I need to give the entire path. So what do you mean by entire path? So let me show you. That A demo document was inside the FTP demo folder. So I need to give the full path over here, FTP demo slash AA demo dot docs, and I want to have the new file name as change the name dot. Okay, so this AA demo dot docs will be changed to change the name dot docs. Okay, so let's save this command, let's save the task, and let's run the task to see the result. So my task is running. So let's quickly move to the FTP server and let's see the result. So this is the FTP demo folder. So if I open this one, so you can see over here, earlier the name of this document was AA demo and it got renamed to change the name. So in this way we can rename the files on the FTP server as well. So let's disable this one, and the final thing which we want to learn is how we can delete the file or the folder from the FTP server. So let's move to the parent directory. So let's assume that I want to delete this document folder. How we can do that? So I will move to automation anywhere. We'll select this delete folder command. So let's open this delete folder command, and we need to give the name of the remote folder which we want to delete. So let's select this document folder. So I will give the name as document. Let's save the command, let's save the task, and let's run the task. So my task is running, and our expectation is that the document folder will be deleted from the FTP server. So the task is over. Let's quickly check the FTP server, and if I refresh this one, so you can see from here the document folder got deleted. So in this way, we can use this FTP, SFTP commands of automation anywhere to transfer files from local machine to the FTP server and vice versa. So that's all for this session, and if you have any query, please put in the comment section below and I will try to solve your queries. Thank you. Have a nice day.